I did depth jumps 3 times a week for 3 months straight, and the results were crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we are talking about in today's video. What is going on, and welcome to another video. My name is Nathanael Morton, and I am a sports performance coach who specializes in basketball players. And right now, if you comment JUMP, J-U-M-P, down below in the comment section, I will send you a free vertical jump training program. And if you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, share this video, and comment notification squad down below in the comment section on any one of my videos. Within the first 60 minutes of that video being posted, you'll be entered into a giveaway where you could win 2 supplements of your choice, 2 resistance bands of your choice, one of the programs that I offer of your choice, and one of these Action is Everything t-shirts of your choice. And speaking of the notification squad, it is time to pick the October winner. And I have the results right here. There are 595 entries. So if you don't win, you are among the 594. I apologize, but there's always next month, and you can't win if you don't play. The winner for the month of October, by the way, the month of September, the winner's name was Jao Quinn. So if you are Jao Quinn, you know who you are. If you are not Jao Quinn, you did not win. But for October, we have Oliver OP. You are the winner of the giveaway for October. So Oliver OP, I will get in touch with you, and we will talk about what supplements you want, what resistance bands you want, which of my programs you want, what t-shirt you want, size, color, etc., etc. But let's get to the video. By the way, guys, once I start to earn more money, I will do these giveaways once a week as opposed to once a month. Right now, I just simply cannot afford it. So it helps if you like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. But let's get to it. Depth jumps. What were the results of doing depth jumps 3 times a week for 3 months straight? The first thing that we're going to talk about is what exactly I did. How many sets, how many reps did I do when I did them 3 times a week for 3 months? The second thing we're going to talk about is why. Why did I want to do this in the first place? What exactly was I looking to get out of this? And then the third thing that we're going to talk about is, did my hypothesis come true? Did I actually get the gains that I wanted to see? That's what we're going to talk about. What were the results of my depth jumps? So first, we're talking about what exactly I did. Guys, I obviously did it 3 times per week, and I did it for 3 months straight. I train in the morning, but I really don't think that it's going to matter, but I train every day at 5 a.m., so that is when I did my depth jumps. And when I did my depth jumps, I did 4 sets of 5 reps every single time that I did depth jumps. So 4 sets, 5 reps, that equals 20 depth jumps total. I did not surpass 20 depth jumps. I kept it low volume, but I increased the intensity over time. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, normally I did 20 depth jumps on Monday, 20 depth jumps on Wednesday, and 20 depth jumps on Friday. Then I rested over the weekend, and same thing, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all the way for 3 months straight. But here were my progressions. Before I ever started with my depth jumps, I did shock pause jumps, and I want you to listen to this. If you have knee pain, you have no business doing depth jumps. Here's a video, I'll put it on the screen right now, of me doing depth jumps when I had knee pain. And as you can see from this video, I have no business doing depth jumps, because if you have knee pain, you should disregard this entire video. You need to fix your knees first before you do this challenge, or before you add depth jumps into your plan. But if you do not have knee pain, then let's carry on. Before I ever did my depth jumps, I did shock pause jumps, and I started very low, and I just progressed over time. So I started with 4 sets of 5 reps of shock pause jumps on a 6-inch box. And what I did was I dropped off of a 6-inch box, and then I jumped onto a 6-inch box. If you don't have 2 boxes of the same height, then you can just use a 6-inch box to drop off of, and then jump into the air for all of your shock pause jumps and all of your depth jumps. I progressive overloaded slowly time after time, and this is the same exact thing that I did with depth jumps. After I went from a 6-inch box to a 12-inch box to an 18-inch box to a 24-inch box to a 30-inch box to a 36-inch box, it wasn't until I could use a 36-inch box, no pain, and I felt good with it, then and only then did I move to depth jumps. And when I moved to depth jumps, I went all the way back down to a 6-inch box. And this is where the depth jump challenge really started, at 4 sets of 5 reps of depth jumps off of a 6-inch box. And then I progressive overloaded very slowly to a 12-inch box, and then an 18-inch box, then a 24-inch box, and then a 30-inch box, and then a 36-inch box. And I did not go any higher than a 36-inch box. And I did it once again 3 times per week, 4 sets of 5 reps only, progressive overloading very, very slowly. And what I'm going to do for you, because I love you all so much, is I'm going to put the exact progressions on the screen right now. for you to see. You can take a screenshot on your phone if you want to follow these exact progressions of every single time that I did depth jumps, what exactly I did, and how I progressed through these depth jumps. But after you take that screenshot or not, let's move on to why I did these depth jumps. Why? What was my hypothesis? What did I want to get out of this? The first reason is because I wanted stronger tendons. And I realized that if I start with shock pause jumps and I work on my force absorption before I ever touch a depth jump, go through all of the progressions of shock pause jumps and then get into depth jumps and progress from the 6-inch box all the way up, my tendons will be extremely, extremely strong. So that was reason number one. Reason number two is because I wanted to maximize the efficiency of my stretch reflex and my stretch shortening cycle, because I know that depth jumps is one of the best ways to do this, and I want my stretch reflex to be, my stretch shortening cycle to be extremely efficient when I'm playing basketball and playing sports and lifting weights and doing plyometrics. That was reason number two. Reason number three is because I wanted better reactive speed and reactive strength, and I wanted to progress through this exercise, and I thought, what video would I like to make? And this is the video that I wanted to make. 3 times a week depth jumps for 3 months straight. What are the results? Now let's talk about the results. What actually happened? What actually happened was, if we go back to the day that I recorded the video for depth jumps for the free program that I give out to all of you. I have a free jump program. I say in every single video, if you comment jump down below, I will give you a free vertical jump training program. And in that program, I have depth jumps. And in the depth jump section, I give you a video demonstration of myself doing depth jumps. And I was watching that video and I thought to myself, those depth jumps are trash. You are trash at depth jumps, which is, I never did depth. I don't do depth jumps all the time. So I made a collaboration with Knees Over Toes guy. My depth jumps were trash. So here's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. I did my progressions of shock pause jumps. Then I got into my depth jumps and I started to get bouncy. I started getting tendon strength, just like I thought. But to be completely honest with you guys, I didn't have any knee pain to begin with. So my tendons were strong, but I do believe that the depth jumps actually got them stronger. I don't think I'm gonna be getting knee pain anytime soon. I think that my knee strength, because I followed proper progressions, I do think that my tendon strength is through the roof. I did get a more efficient stretch shortening cycle. If you look back to the past depth jumps that I did, the previous videos that I have made where I'm doing depth jumps, they look trash compared to what my depth jumps look like right now. My depth jumps now are bouncy, they are fluid, they are smooth. I look like a bunny rabbit. I look like I'm about to bring you an Easter basket. I feel good with my depth jumps now. And number three, ladies and gentlemen, I do feel like I have much better reactive speed and reactive strength. So my hypothesis was accurate. I do feel like my tendons are much stronger. I do feel like I have a very efficient stretch reflex, stretch shortening cycle. I do feel like I have reactive speed, reactive strength. My hypothesis, I mean, come on. If you do plyos and you progress properly, what's gonna happen? You will get stronger tendons. You'll be able to maximize the efficiency of your stretch reflex, your stretch shortening cycle. You will get better reactive speed, reactive strength. You will get the benefits from these depth jumps if you just start small, you progressive overload through the proper progressions. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video, comment, jump down below for a free vertical jump training program, comment notification squad to be entered in the giveaway, and I will see you guys in the next video. Keep working.
Young beast mode from the East Coast. A young kid with a West Coast feel. And I don't even know how the West Coast feel. I'm from where it's cold, the city made of steel, where a lot of fold, only couple keep it real right. Back still, keep it real tight. Keep 2 L's just like Cool J. My heart's cold as Ice Cube. Praying it's a good day. I'm at a crossroads, but in a good way. I got money.